Okay, go on.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay. Hi, welcome to our presentation. So we are from Solution Consulting. So we're going to present about startup Amsterdam. So firstly, this is our team members. There are 6 members, and we're going to present about 7 main points. Firstly, we need to present about the overview of the company. This is the Amsterdam company. This is the action program run by City of Amsterdam, support the startups, scale up the business and other player. And they also mainly are really closing on the optimal breeding and support the technology startup. So firstly, we need to, we're gonna present about the SWOT analysis. Firstly, about the strength and weakness. For the strength, we have 3 main strengths for the organization. They have the huge training program and network. The second thing is they have the development of the technology. And the last one, they have the ecosystem grow by stimulate network connection, which is very main strong strength that the organization can focus on that and develop the organization. But also beside on that, they have some weakness. For example, about the first thing about the regional cooperation. Nowadays, the Amsterdam startup is mainly focused on the rural business rather than to focus on the country business, which is the company need to focus on the expand the market, it's more efficiency. And the next one is about insufficient talent pool. That is a challenge for the company to provide a suitable for the organization. And the last one is about how the company can access to the international market. The next one about opportunity and threats. Kadeeja, I'm going to present about it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Tiza. Sorry. Thank you, Cindy. And opportunities, there are 3 main points. That is increase in digital business demand due to COVID. This is the opportunity they got in COVID-19. The business started in online, and that is next ecosystem. Over 6,000 people were employed by more than 1,000 technology companies in Amsterdam, and huge capital investment. And there is more capital is available in Netherlands, and the Amsterdam, they choose the headquarters because the ecosystem is growing faster, and they got the connection of startup hubs in Europe. And there are threats also. There are 3 points that are competitors, and there is a lot of other institutes have providing intensive competition to startup Amsterdam, and impact of COVID pandemic. The pandemic economy insecure will made difficult business and effort the startups of Amsterdam. And third is responding to the opportunity brought about uncertainty, for example, such as privacy and security, and there's still so much unknown of these technologies. And the companies are still not fulfill the potential as they could. And next for the pestle. There is political, there are multiple trade tasks and absence of public resistance recovery, and social need network and technical service. And many more company not prefer the business and titles like startup Amsterdam's to get network because they prefer connecting with investors themselves. And in legal, the government Amsterdam are enforcing various regulations for the organization for its customers, and is also providing safety and security benefit to their employees per the regulation made by the government. And technologies, the digital communication is provided training to its candidates to help to access all the robotics. And in technology, there are lead to Cybertic as well. That startup Amsterdam has been using good storage to save its documents. Is very highly accessible. And in case of economical, there's in the pandemic situation, the rise economic recession will affect as Amsterdam as well. And in the case of income, the entrepreneurs have become limited during the last few years because of the COVID affected, and it made startup Amsterdam lose so many clients because they are unable to pay the training programs. And in environmental, Amsterdam government has been concerned about the carbon level in government. In environmental, which has been introduced regulation for the companies. and in business and have been focused on providing service and technology like the SMEs. They can end the polluting environment with their operations. Then next going to present the teaser. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Togzhan. So I'm going to describe the competitive advantage of the startup company. Before, the focus of the startup Amsterdam was mainly on creating an optimal breeding ground on which technical and digital startups could grow. And now the new action program of the company shifts its approach, aiming at strengthening the ecosystem for innovative and potentially fast-growing companies, also at encouraging activity that adds value to the city in new ways, and the last at the inclusive ecosystem, centering on activating modern target groups. So the focus of the new program lays on innovative entrepreneurship that plays an important role in contributing for sustainable economic growth and job creation. This applies to startups, scale-ups, and the small medium enterprises. According to the Dutch Office for Research, there were a total of 1,185 fast-growing businesses in Amsterdam in 2017. Second advantage is encouraging activity that adds value to the city in new ways. In Amsterdam, there are already many newcomers that have claimed an important position in this sector in a short span of time. For example, Vanderbilt renewing the energy sector, the IDN renewing the banking sector, Scrifer becoming a leader in artificial intelligence, and the Picnic disrupting in the supermarket industry. So innovative startups are also on the rise in Amsterdam's culture sector and the manufacturing industry. And the last one is an inclusive ecosystem centering on activating more target groups. With the new action program, the company, they're planning have a look specifically at how they can encourage the more women and the young people with a migrant background to successfully establish their own startups and the scale-ups. So as a result, we can say the company is differentiated successfully with innovation, high quality customer service. Thank you. Next slide is going to be explained by my colleague, Mir.
Thank you, Tessa. So I'm going to discuss about FOTO's 5 forces of Startup of Amsterdam. As you know, it has been discussed about the SWOT and PESTEL. So it's we already have a quite picture about this company. So third of new entrants, I would like to start with. The company itself is solving problem with those other companies and how they're entering in other countries or even want to start up a business in Amsterdam. So the threat of new entrants is very low, and also bargaining powers of the buyers is very low as well. And considering this company has looking for new talent who is more into in technologies, and also they have providing by private and public sector companies. So they're supporting by these companies. So in that case, they have been providing a good amount of people, so the buyers bargaining is very low, and threat of substitute product, which is very low as well, because they have been offering a vast amount of sectors, including the robotism as well as the AI artificial intelligence, and also in many other sectors they have been offering. So any companies they want to open a new startup, or they want they want to invest in a new company, they're the one. So they're going to give them a proper ideas and the information. So there is no threat of substituting these products. And the bargaining power of suppliers, their main suppliers is private and public sector, and which is that they have a common interest as well, and to build ecosystem. So this is a great chance for this company as well. And the rivalry, which is the last but not least, and in that case it's a quite in a good position. It has a stronghold, and it offer a promising connection as well, and promising information. So a company who want to start up, they have a good, they'll have all the resources they need. Thank you. Next, my colleague Cindy going to present.
Thank you, Mir. So I'm going to present about some value chain. So it's really a good value chain analysis for the company, which is the support activity and primary activity. So for support activities, there are four main things that I'm going to present about. Firstly, about firm infrastructure. This is like they include like 6 main startup ecosystem, including, as you see the list here, university, organization, investor, corporation, provider and research organization. And the next one was human resource management. So they have like the number of tech vacancy, and the Amsterdam startup Amsterdam is more open for the technologies vacancy, and they have among 52 fast growing company which receives external investment, which is the human resource management is really great at the moment. And the next one about technology development. So mainly the organization, mainly nowadays, as you see, the increasing of the AI, machine learning, IoT, 3D printing. So the company is mainly focused on the AI and blockchain as well. But the one problem is that AI and blockchain are the young field, so therefore the talent is still limited. So this is might be the threat for the company when they have to try to find suitable for the startup organization. And the last one for process management is the growth to reach international market. So the company try to do the support activity to reach the international market as well. So the next one I present about the primary activity very quickly is about the inbound logistics, that what the is inbound in the organization. So basically they have like the investment, mentoring, supporting network in the tech talent. And that's why it's lead to the operation. The company operates like launch and support over 40 project event company campaigns since 2015. And the other logistics like the services company give to the startup organization, that they provide the training, new technology like AI, robotization, new technology, and they also have the company to access to the markets, encourages the network connections. And the last one is about development of innovation district by forming cluster of young business. And for the marketing and sales, as you can see, they are focused on signing up for the newsletter, contacting the team through website, promoting through the business blog, and advertising on social media like LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Actually, for the service, they don't have a specific service, but they have a customer service. You can contact them through the website, through the phone numbers, feedback through the email, or the team members' contact information on the website. So the next one is about the Amsterdam startup budget. So I'm going to present that. Thank you very much.
Coming to the budget of Amsterdam, like a budget was calculated per pillar. The actual cost may be different. Valuation will be determined during the start phase of the project and initiative in order for account for the cost as investment and the return of the investment. The cost for the startup Amsterdam from 2019 to 2022. The action program will be covered by the resources for economic and structure and the label of the market's enforcements. This is the label of the budget. We have gone through this one. Now my friend Michael will be explain of implementation and strategy.
Thank you very much, Salman, for that. So I'm going to be talking about the implementation strategy. I did break it down into 6 different parts. Because of time, I'm not going to go in depth about all of them, but the first one is the organizational awareness and the approval of the initiative of Startup Amsterdam, which is very essential that all these highlighted points, like the last one says, approving the policy, the strategy for its execution. It's very, very essential to start up Amsterdam implementation plan. The number 2, sourcing of documentation and materials. Collation of data as well. These are all essential information before any company can implement any plan, especially Startup Amsterdam. Number 2, highlighting the sourcing of documentation and materials, just like the post-startup Amsterdam dates demands of materials should be kept in mind. very, very essential as well. So I will go to number 3 here. The number 3 says develop a community strategy. Yeah, it's all part of the personal analysis, like we said, something that is beneficial to everyone, not just the company, but to everyone in Amsterdam as well. Just like set up a briefing with external providers and keep them informed as like new recruits, orientation training materials should be kept updated. It all aligns with the number 2. And number 4 of the implementation plan is education and training strategy. Very, very essential. Every company on earth has the right to train its members and its company staffs to keep them orientated and keep them in line with whatever the company policy is. Number 5 of the implementation strategy is 2 weeks before the launch of the program. The startup date should be given, like before everything is done, making sure that we have everything ready down before 2 weeks, making sure the company has its trademark, has everything set up 2 weeks before the initial startup date, because this is quite essential. It's not like the company is going to be running out of steam trying to fix things up in the last minute. And the final one is follow up on the evaluation of the implementation plan. Yeah, making sure the implementation plans from plan 1 to plan 5 are all in check, making sure there's someone who's checking everything, and assign a point person, just like it's highlighted here, assign a point person for queries and concerns during installation on the following months to ensure that everyone is in the same page. And the last one, as highlighted, progress should be communicated to the organization leadership. Yeah, every stage that the implementation plan has been going through should be sent back to the top. The top should be aware of whatever progression and regression is going on in the company. And that right there is going to be the end of our presentation. Thank you very, very much.
Yes, thank you very much for listening. This is our presentation. Thank you.